Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago.
Hello, and welcome to Divine Unisouls 11. I'm Divine Sunshine, giving you a look into what's going on with your person. This is another pick-a-pal, which I am loving to do because I think it gets more of a zooming in and a one-on-one as to what's going on with you in your person. So, let's take a dive into the overall energies for your person. So, right now, they are concentrating and thinking about you as far as the angel of love. Really seeing about things growing in their minds about you as far as like love and blooming and becoming more grounded and rooted in it. Also seeing that how you bring being an angel of love into the balance as far as them in their heart. When I look at this reminds me of a seashell, and to me, they might be hearing songs of love in their heart, or it's being brought to them in their ears or their spiritual ears where they could hear it like the ocean. The ocean represents like emotions. And this is what is going with them, understanding that is growing wings, like Red Bull gives you wings. They're ascending about this love, about something about what you're doing and putting into action is causing them to create this change within themselves. We have the number 4 here, which is being grounded and rooted. 9 meaning ending the cycles. We got the number 13. Something is coming to a death, coming to an end. And in order to begin something, something has to end. So this is what is going on with your person overall. The next energies we have here, which is a blossoming abundance. Some things are really blossoming, and we've seen that especially in the top of the crown chakra, where things are growing about as far as them thinking when it comes to love, flowers. There is 3 is like the magical number. Things are coming in alignment. Alchemy is happening too as well. And so this is also giving your person the strength to kind of really think about love. It's like, again, if your money is funny, your honey is funny. You can't really get into the love feeling because, again, you feel like you can't manifest, you can't grow, you can't create anything. So this person, your person is really getting their finances must be moving, or there's some things are blossoming and there's some abundance in the horizon. They can feel it, rather they're not in it or they're in the energy to it. Like Les Brown said, you either working your way to that energy coming from it, which he has already has done the work to create abundance to happen in his life. I see the number 913 on my clock here, which means they're ending cycles, and there is truly a death happening here, a death and a rebirth for new. There's some things in the world that he has to really, or she has to really look into. It's the matrix, really truly understanding it, getting past the illusions. There's been some blocks. However, I believe that this is shifting. I see the number 2, which is really getting into unity about it. 9 ending the cycles. And then also together makes 11, which is creating balance. To me, is really getting more in line with the journey that he has to take or she has to take in order to be able to, some of them might have been in denial because of this worldly stuff, but really truly seeing innately that something is drawing in and pulling them to say there is more to this. And that's the journey that they had to take to get out the matrix. This person is really, truly moving into the energies of having caring connections. We got a 1 here, which is their intuition, their awareness is driving them to understand this. They're getting more grounded and rooted into it. There's more balance in this understanding, and there's creating a change because now they really are moving past the superficial things. Really looking and seeing about how this, again, is all these flowers are here, which is really about this blossoming and blooming some things. And this is interesting because we're in the springtime, and we know the spring April showers bring on May flowers. So something about in May, you might be really seeing some transition of some really movement in May with your person. Right now, we're just at the stage, it says the learning curve. So we're in the learning, they're in the learning stage about this. It's like, I'm learning that I'm thinking this is something that I actually want. Here we have divine timing. This in reverse. This could go two ways. I get a fork in the road. Again, divine timing. Again, making sure that everything comes into alignment. There's some things that's got to come into alignment for this to be able to jump off. I know the dreaded divine timing. We don't like to hear that, but again, we understand that there is a lot of pieces of the puzzle. There's got to be, if they're dealing with a karmic situation, the karmic person, place, or thing has got to get to the point that they want to release them. So things has got to kind of come to a boil or to a head. The divine masculine or the divine feminine has to feel it within themselves. It's like, hey, yeah, I'm ready to do this. I'm tired as well. I've been ready to say kick rocks, you can kiss my ass about this whole situation. I'm feeling stronger. You know, some of it, again, it's not like they didn't want the connection. A lot of them is the point is the issue of them feeling like they are ready and they can be able to receive this connection. And so that's what the big thing is about. And so this again is really saying that's really being emphasized, or for some of them, the timing is now. This is where I'm getting the fork in the road about. The timing is now. We got a 1 here, which is again, the intuition, their awareness is getting and pulling them there, getting rid of the illusion. 6 for me represents love, really getting ready to maybe they're like I almost feeling like they say a pregnant pause. Maybe right now they had a pregnant pause with you. They had some separation, but it seems like to me it's like I think about a baby and a pregnant mother, and they always say, "Ooh, that baby dropping, that baby ready to go." So 9 will be the cycles where it's at the top where you're carrying the baby, and that's it. To me, when I'm looking at 6, it's like I'm getting ready to give birth to love. I'm ready to drop this baby. I'm ready to give birth to that. So some of us are in that energy where it's time. It's time. It's time to gather all the bags. You know, it's time to get ready to go to the hospital. It's time. So this is where we are when we're talking about this card, when I look at this. All right, so now that's the overall energies. Now let's think about breathe. Take a deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out. And concentrate on a number from 1 through 3. So 1, 2, and 3. See which one, after you got that breath, see which one is actually the one for you. Okay? And this is going to tell you what's going on with your person as far as the overall energies. All right, then. So you put pile number 1. Pile number 1, this person is feeling anxious. There's some things going on behind the scenes that spirit is really trying to get them more grounded and rooted in, but they're still having this anxiety. They might even be experiencing panic attacks. They might be having some PTSD about, like, last time when I did try to step out there and do this, I was hitting panic. You know, it didn't go right. I don't know about this thing called love. And this right here is like, when I think about it, I want to pump the brakes, but at the same time, I want to accelerate and go. So they're like a person that's like got their feet down, and like spirit is like really literally trying to push them. I see the number 19 for this as I look at the 9. So they're ending cycles. They are also, it's a catalyst that's happening. There's a catalyst for this push. This might be a tower. Whatever it is divine to say, hey, you got to get out of that anxiety. It's time to go. It's time to push and go on to your next thing. The number 18 is here, which is, again, you got 1, intuition and awareness. This is really, truly trying to get them in harmony, understanding it's time for a rebirth. This has to happen here with the 8. It's the infinity, because, again, what's going on with the divine feminine is also being sent over. This great change that she's going through, or this manifestation or this transformation she's going through, is being pushed over to the divine masculine side, or the divine feminine side, or the whatever your other counterpart side, and they're feeling like, I've got to change. It's almost, they're showing me like the commercial, like the Drano, and you know where it's got the hair, and that when you send that Drano through, that Drano is spirit, and it's like, I'm sorry, but I got to push this anxiety has got to go, and then it's going to curve over, and then it's going to flush it out. It's like, I'm sorry, but you done pushed up there enough with your back up towards it and saying, no, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, stop. And it's like, nope, this is your time. So this is what's going on with your person. Spirit is behind them, pushing them. They got the lightning. I see the thunder there. So that means there's some things going on, and they're electrifying their atmosphere to understand it's time to go. Although you're anxious, we understand it. You've been tried it before and you're scared, but it's time to do it. Pile number 2. Here's pile number 2. This person here, is according to the overall energies here, is understanding their value. And to me, by them understanding their value of who they are, their worth, what they bring to the table, Spirit is saying this is because you have been, there's a reflection going on. You have been looking at yourself, seeing about what things that you need to be able to change. In order for you to be able to bring to the table how you could be able to create this self-worth, this change within yourself. And as you understand it now, it's about value. It's about what I think I'm worth. It's about no more about what the world thinks of me, but what I think of myself. This here has been opening up, and you've been grounded. I see the color red here. You too have been grounded and rooted in these things. And because of you being more structured and rooted into that, it's been opening up like doors. It's been doing like a great reveal. It's like, the universe has been showing itself more to you. It's been more saying, I got your back. Do this. I got you. Don't worry about it. Just go on ahead and step out there. When Spirit tells you to do X, Y, and Z, just do it regardless. We got you, and we're going to find the resources to be able to supply your whatever heart's desire. This is what it's saying there. And so it's flowing. It's abundance. It too has flowers as well. There's things blossoming in the thing here. So this daughter value. So this, because of the work that you're doing, the divine counterpart is also feeling this as well. And there's things opening up for them as well. There is a garden and a gate. So with this garden and the gate here, there's some things about, to me, I was watching a movie, and no, it was I think it was Jane, something about the Virgin Jane. And it was interesting. She was having a conversation with her mother because she had quitted her job, and the mom was like, I'm so proud of you working at the bank. And she's like, when she got to the bank, she's like, I hate it. And so the next day her mom asked her, she's like, how did it go? And she's like, and she said, I'm just so proud of you. And so, of course, when the mom said, I'm so proud of you, she switched the tune and said, it's great. Well, she went the next day and said, I can't do this. I got to quit. So the mom had seen her out in another place. And I think that's really what she was, her job. That's what she was going to work. And so mom was a caretaker, and so she seen her with a client, and she said, "Oh, you at lunch?" And she's like, "Yeah." She said, "Okay, well, let me drop you off to the bank." And she's like, that's all right. You can just drop me outside." So Lord and behold, the mom got there. She's proud. She wanted to see her and her job, and she got there. So she went there to the lady, the one, the worker. She said, and she tried to lie. Said, "I left my cell phone in there. Can you just open up and let me go into the break room?" And it's like, we can't let former employees that have quit go into the bank area. That's out. And so our mom was like, well, what's going on? So the security guard came up there to escort the young lady out of there. And the mom was like, what's going on? She works at the bank. And she's like, Ma, I quit. And so mom was like, oh my God, she was heartbroken. And so when they got home, she had to have the conversation. So when she had the conversation, it was her, and they had showed her little former self, her inner child, sitting there having a conversation. And she was telling her mom, she's like, Mom, I didn't really like the work there. I didn't really like the job. I felt miserable. She was just going down the road down. And it kind of helped her mom see. And of course, like every mom, when they see, they might want X, Y, Z, but then when they see that you're miserable and you're not really being happy, that does melt their heart. And for them to open up to say, okay, if that's what you want, like my dad would say in spirit, if you like it, I love it. If that's what you want, I'm 1,000% behind you, whatever you feel it at this point. So that's what happened. So the little girl looked at her and said, okay, I think you got this. And so she disappeared. This is, again, with me, I'm feeling as far as in the divine feminine energies within your person. There's something within them that's just childlike wonder that wants to adventure and to actually do this. And there's a conversation that's got to be had between the child within them and that they know themselves to be, that was their adventuresome, with the adult that is now, to say, okay, it's okay to take this risk. It's okay for us to go on ahead, because this is going to open up a lot of things for us. This gated thing, I'm thinking, and you look at her little face there, she's like a person like, I'm pondering, I'm thinking, about actually doing this. And she's in pink, which means it's in her, which is in her love, which is her bliss here. And in this energy here, and I see a lot of butterflies, this is going to create a great transformation. We got a 3 here, which is the magic. I just learned that number, which is just 3 again. It's about spirit, soul, and body aligning with each other, and that with that God force that's behind it. So God is backing this up and really pushing you to create the magic by choosing to go ahead and when we're talking about whatever things that they want to actually manifest, especially when I'm seeing this garden. So to me, it's just like really just opening up the gate. Instead of keep on pondering about it, but actually do that, because there's a great transformation that's actually happening now. And there's a great transformation that's going to happen once you open up the garden, and everything is going to be very magical. Everything is going to be in technicolor. You're going to see really the beauty around you. I think right now, which is like a gated community, which is the gate, and not really, I'm thinking like the opening up the doors of heaven, and getting to saying, let me in, let me in. Have I, something within them really feels as if they're saying, like, have I really done the work in order to feel like I'm worthy to go through the gates of heaven, which is to mean to have everything underneath the sun. This is something that they're pondering on. It's like, I know I have access, I believe that I do, but to really go and opening up the doors and the gate to really actually do this and really ask for something. Like the other day I said, well, you get not because you ask not, and I say, just ask your counterpart, this is what I want, this is what I need. I need to feel this, really. My soul needs this. This ain't got nothing to do with ego. I just need to really feel this. And he abides by it. It's like, okay. It was like, a matter of fact, okay, that's what you want, I can give that to you. And it's like, and I would walked away, I boo-hooed really inside. I was like, I can't be doing this up in this place. But anyway, but it's this like, it took a lot for us to get to that point. So anyway, because within myself, he's nothing but a reflection that it's been some things that I requested that I denied myself. And now I'm getting to the point to say, hey, if that's what you want, let me go and get that. Let me do this for you, And so this is where it is, this going up this gate and really coming up to the gate and saying, open sesame. I deserve everything that the bounty of whatever the universe has for me. I deserve this. And so this is where they are, is understanding that I'm at the gate. I'm getting ready to, right now, talk to myself and opening, because both of these is like, right there, ain't completely opened yet, but we're getting there to this point, and it's an opening. And then interesting, this person is ascending, because we got the number 30 and the number 31, which means, again, there is ascending. There's some steps. This person is going step by step. You're going step by step. There is some ascending. So anytime the numbers go in sync like that, that means there's ascension happening in this pile. You pick pile number 2, there are ascending. Pile number 3, okay? Pile number 3 here, this person is dealing with healing a broken heart. Killing of this broken heart. There's been a lot of time. I don't know. I want to say, I'm going to swallow my heart. I want to, well, some of my tears. I want some. I want. I know I got it right. Down in my heart, I want to swallow my tears. Do 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 do. I know something about that. I know somebody will get it. Something about that. And this is what is going on here. This person here, again, with the overall energies here, is 9, really wanting to be able to end cycles. This brokenheartedness, this is what I'm picking up from this person. It's like, I'm always choosing. What was I watching something about them saying that the person always is choosing brokenheartedness? It's like, I'm tired of this pattern. This is what I'm picking up from this person. I really want to pick and choose a different way of loving or a different way of partners. Even if it's the cycle of also dealing with themselves, what they're choosing, or it just in life where a person, place, a thing, or if it's even in relationships. They really want to end this. Because they really are moving into the energies of becoming a thinking man, like my foundations. Anytime I see columns here, that means the foundations. So they are actually feeling like, I got to change my foundation. I change the way I'm thinking. I got to get more clear about it. I got to get hyper focused in on what I'm looking at. These things has got to become crystal clear. And this is what your person is thinking about. Spirit is also bringing to me and saying, you know what, you can also look at this and go back and say, what is it that you need? So you looked at your person first, and then you could go back and see, okay, what's the power for myself? What is it that I need in order to get in alignment? Because the overall energies is what's happening with you and your person. Now you can go back in there and look at the pile and pick for you. So you really are really dealing with this, because I'm looking like intuitively, like my first thing it says for my person would be pile 2. And then when I'm looking at myself, I say it's pile 3. It's really getting to this point. I'm looking at this plumage here. And it's this dark, like feathers from a crow. Getting rid of this negative thinking, being negative Nelly, a petty label, this pessimism, seeing where it's coming from. Some of us, and I say that, and I think I talked about that on the playground experience, some of us are dealing with some things that are familiar, and which are dealing with the stemming of feminine energies, like the maternal, how that's coming down, and how maybe you might need to look and see about how your mother dealt with the heartache, or how they chose heartache, or how they did the cycles and ending cycles of generational. And seeing that, hey, you know what, maybe your mom had been kind of like semi, or grandmother, or whoever was your caretaker, had a way of looking at things at a more negative standpoint, or whatever it is, it wasn't right, and you need to learn how to kind of curve that and to change that. This is what they're saying about getting more clear about your thinking, because whatever it is, it could be that, or it could be even in a relationship as well. Has helped you to create a foundation that is making you do the wrong patterning, always looking for brokenheartedness, maybe even being a person who has been emotional unavailable because of the patterns that you're seeing, what happened with your parents or your whatever, or even in a relationship you had even yourself, and it's caused you to say, you know what, I'm gonna swallow my heart. Right, that's probably what it is. Like I'm gonna harden. I got you. I'm gonna harden my heart. I'm gonna swallow my tears. So that's what you have gotten. That's why that song it came to me. And now you see, you know what, me choosing that way of life is my foundation, or my ideology, my philosophy when it comes to relationships, whether it's person, place, or thing. That ain't working, okay? And I might inherit that way of that from my mom, or whoever took care of me that was a maternal or carried the divine feminine energies, because you can have a father that has that too, that carries the divine feminine energies. And again, that might be where they feel more the dominant energy, and you pattern yourself after that too as well. So that's several ways you can look at that, and you got to look at it and say, okay, that way don't work. You know what it ends up being is like, I'm like April Williams, I always remember, she had taught me that a long time ago. She's like, you know what, when you put that drawbridge of your heart up, you block out everything. That's even your divine mate or your divine counterpart. You know, it don't know the difference between, okay, I'm like you screening. I let you in, I don't let you, like when you screening calls. I don't do none of the telemarketing, but I let the other people that I know in. The heart doesn't know that. When you just do that, you just shield and block everybody. So you've got to be able to, again, say, hey, I'll handle the screening and blocking and the filtering by using my what? Boundaries. Healthy boundaries. No, I'm sorry, you can't be. Some of the things, like say right now in the universe, Spirit is now helping you to be able to filtrate these things. They're getting rid of some people that, again, if it's not aligning with your heart, and they can't play the part, it's time for them to depart. Okay? And that's my Shakespearean when that comes in. That's coming straight from one of my spiritual guys that likes to speak Shakespearean. And so, again, and it likes rhyme, because that's energies and frequency. And so that is what's going on. And probably my past life with witchery, understanding that you got to have the rhythm and cadence too. So that could be from Salem lifetime too as well. Weaving that spell through my words. And that's true. If they ain't gonna play the part, it's time for them to depart. Okay, you're by the power that be, by remote of the number 3. So that's it. If you ain't gonna be part of the alignment of what's going on, yes, I just read the spell, so you'll go play that back again and say that 3 times about that to get rid of whoever it is that don't belong there. If you gonna be with it, you're gonna be in alignment with my heart's desire, and it's not there, we gonna have to, again, got to strengthen up your power and to say, I'm sorry, goodbye. You know, like what's the name, Andrea Grande, which is thank you next. Thank you next. You know, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. You got to go. And this is what is going on with that one. Okay, so I hope this is very helpful for you. Again, like I said, God and Spirit had brought to me. Look at the first about your person. I think it always is easier when you can look at what's going on with your person first, and then you kind of like, okay, I done dipped my toe into the reading. Now I think maybe I could go in here and put both my feet in and say, now look at me. Okay, it's always easy to look at what's wrong with other people than it is to look at what's wrong with your own self. You know, that's part of the human experience, okay? All right then. So hopefully this helps. As always, make sure that you click like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you to those of you all that gave me birthday shout outs and wishes and all that good energy, and those of you all that's watching. And now remember, there's no ending in time, so whatever it is, you send that good vibe to me as well, and I receive that as well in return. So make sure that you click like, share, and subscribe so you can get all this good vibe. And until next time, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste and Namago. All right, until next time, see you.